Hi, I'm Jillian, the Spiritual Light Catalyst, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about pet Reiki. So, our pets and animals have chakra systems just like we do. And just like we do, they can experience traumas, and they're also picking up the vibration from the frequencies that are in the household. And so, when I work with a pet, I'd like to address any new changes that might have been happening in the household, such as a trauma, a loss. Was this pet a rescue? Had it been previously abused? Because we can work through removing some of those traumas from the body. Because as we know, just like our bodies, like the book, The Body Keeps the Score, that emotion can get trapped into the light body, which is the spirit body, and have a hard time getting out. And that pet may still be responding to that fear response, just like we have a fear response as well. So what I like to address, starting with if the pet has had any trauma, new changes in the household. Was there a new pet that came in? Was there a natural disaster? Did the pet feel displaced? Could there have been a new life partner that came in, again, or a loss of a loved one? Our pets are experiencing so much. They're empathic. They pick up, again, the frequency of what is in the household. So if the frequency is of a lower dense vibration, meaning there's anxiety, there's stress in the household, maybe they're not loved and nurtured, they have the same wounds that we do. I like to start addressing that, and then that of what is happening in the household. So I always like to work with the main human companion, right? Or you can bring in the whole family at the same time, but I like to work with the entire family when we're working on with the pet. So if there is some health concerns, oftentimes I work with local vets and they tell me that their pets are taking, generally sometimes when they start asking some questions, the pet may have a similar issue that someone in the household also has, because they like to try to help us. And sometimes they take on that vibration because they're empathic, but they're taking it on into their energy field, and it could cause disharmony in the body. So I like to look at the whole picture. This is why we like to do at least a whole hour, so that we can start to work on and see what's happening in there. And of course, I'll start to channel the healing frequencies for yourself and your pet, start to work with the spirit realm, and then listen for the pet's telepathic messages to me, that what could be happening, what could they be picking up. I'll give you an example. One of my clients had brought in their dog, and the dog was actually holding some and was starting having like a hard time walking, was having hip issues, and she was taking him to the vet. And, they give, the answer was arthritis, but what was happening is the pet was actually picking up the energy and the frequency of the arthritis of the main human companion, right? The favorite person. And so it actually was conveying to me, it was picking up this person's frequency and trying to take it on for them. Sometimes they're disgruntled. Again, if a new pet has come in and they don't know where they belong any longer, they may not be the favorite. That can sometimes be an issue. You might see them acting out, biting, and or maybe urinating on people's clothing or your new partner's clothing, whatever that may be. Again, they're just trying to tell you that they're maybe not feeling like they have a place anymore. Just like we do, we have core wounds, we have traumas, we might have need more love, more nurturing, and more care, and maybe we're not giving that to them anymore. Some other common examples that I've seen is that, again, if they're picking up the vibration of the household, there's a lot of anger or arguing. They will take that on like that is about them as well, just like we do when we're developing younger as children. So those frequencies, they typically pick up very quickly. They have higher sense perceptions already activated, so they can see spirits. There could be a spirit in the house. There could be whatever energy is happening. It's going to be totally different for each and every person, but I will definitely say there is a lot of benefit to working with energy healing with your pet to help work through whatever these stuck emotions are, whatever it is that they're maybe going through, and then get some insights of what could help them ease their anxiety, and also with whatever health condition they have going on, and then maybe addressing what else is going on in the household. So another thing I like to address with pets is that they have traumas as well. And some pets may have been a rescue from an abusive situation. Maybe were abused by one sex or the other, right? Like they might have a tendency to shy away and or attack males because they were abused by a male in the past, or they were kept in a kennel and they don't know what it's like to be free and they've just lived in terror and fear. So again, just like us, the emotions can get trapped in the body. And I work to help address their chakra system, their light body, just like we have. And we start to help clear out those traumas from the pet and help them to start release whatever it is that they had experienced in that traumatic moment. And sometimes, again, like hurricanes or natural disasters, a pet is so ultra sensitive. They're picking up everything in the vibration and they feel all that terror as well. They can feel when a storm is coming. That's why you'll see where dogs just kind of hide underneath the bed when a major electrical storm is happening. I know my dog had done that in the past. And just like that emotion can get trapped in us, right? It's a scary experience. We can work to release that from the body, help them rewire so they can feel safe and whole and complete again, and just live a normal, happy life. So whatever is being presented to by your pet to you, just take note of it before an energy session and we can work to address everything. And if you don't know what is happening at all with the pet, that's okay too, because I'm going to start to work with your spiritual healing teams and the pets, and we're going to start to call in all those angels and start to ask them what it is that this particular pet needs to calm the central nervous system, release whatever the emotions. But again, all these chakras are connected into different organs and systems in the body. And when emotions can get stuck and locked in those organs and systems and energy centers that are associated with, this is where the disharmony can typically come in, right? They could be experiencing some pain. They could be having some physical issues within that region of the body. So I work to address helping to open up the chakra system, which is very much connected into our light body, which is our spirit body. And that is where we bring in all of our health and vitality. When there's a block in the light body, just like when there's a block in the artery, it can present itself as physical dis-ease. Our spirit realm doesn't want to call it disease, but it's dis-ease, disharmony energetically in the body. And what we do is work to raise from the lower frequencies of the fear and the anxiety and the worry that our pets experience as well, and bring that back up into a higher love, safety, joyful vibration so they can be at calm and peace. And last but not least, I like to address what is the mentality and the frequency, of course, in the household. If there's a lot of stress in the household, a lot of anxiety that they may be picking up from the pet owner, or maybe that's just the human companion, and that's just what the pet is feeling, but it's a disharmonious energy. Again, that will change their energy frequency, coming out and shifting from a place of love and harmony and peace, which is always what we want to bring back in. Safety, love, peace, harmony. If they don't feel that in the environment, something is going to start creating disharmonious frequencies around, which could eventually, for everyone in the household, lead to physical illnesses. So energy healing is quite beneficial for everybody in the household, but I do like to address everyone at once, and we can take it from there. We'll get some spiritual insights that might give you a better direction to go with in terms of if there is, some intervention. Of course, that being said, if there is an injury, just like I always say with anyone who is, human coming to me, if you have a broken leg or something physical, of course, get the needed medical attention. But what we're trying to do is to help release the traumas and the fears and any negative emotions that are just densities that go into the light body, the spirit body, and then can block the vital life force energy. So again, I will work with both you, the pet, the human companion, and start to address whatever the needs are that are happening in the household. I hope all of that made sense. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next time I see you, namaste.